Well, everybody, welcome into June 16th, 2024. Also, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all those out there that Happy Father's Day applies to. Hope you had a good day spending it with friends, family, or doing whatever made you happy today. It's Ken Style Live with it. Do what? I am your host, and there's a slight change. There clearly is a slight change. We have in the Zoom homies already William, Josh, Rich, Greg, Alex, whose new name is going to be Motormouth, Sin, Chris Garrett, Jeff Ryman, Jose, and Darren Gilholm. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Darren Gilholm.
Hey, Cam, happy Father's
Hello,
Day.
everybody.
Hello.
Okay, you have to make yourself known too.
Thank you, Josh. I did get your emails, by the way.
Yep.
I appreciate that. Thank
All
you
right.
very much. Yes, there's a slight. Do what?
I sent it to everybody that I have their email address, including Jim, Doug, and you.
Right. And you do realize Jim has no children.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Just
But that email was for him for all the time he put up with me. So that's why.
Well, he's not going to adopt you. If you're gearing for him to adopt you, it's not going to happen. And yes, so for the 18th time, I will address this. There is something missing tonight. It'll be missing for at least the next 14 days, and then I will start regrowing it back out for Christmas. Mrs. K and I discussed it.
Jeremy?
Yeah, I donated it to the charity trash can in the kitchen.
Okay.
It's donated to charity. So she initially was going to try to just trim it back a little bit, and then she was like, it'll grow back, and I'm like, yes, it will. So it all came off. Tony Wallow was first in chat tonight, and he says, good evening. Hello, Tony. It's good to see you back in chat. Rick Lakes was second, followed up by a $10 super chat contribution to the channel from Rick. Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate that. Darren Gilholm was fourth. I don't think Darren's still awake. It's 3 a.m. I'm not sure if Darren's on holiday again or not. I think he's going on what we call vacation. They call holiday again sometime soon. John Williams says to me, unrehearsed like my golf game. Yes, much like my golf game. John Williams said, looks like I had a nice Father's Day. We had a real good Father's Day. Talked to my boys, talked to my grandchildren, and then we went and had dinner with the group that showed up for the monthly Meals and Memories that we've got started. It's now in its third month. And one of the participants was actually from the Memphis area, actually lives in Mississippi, but apparently it's right on the edge of the two states and the city of Memphis. So it was good having her here. Greg Guy says he was 6. Jeff Ryman says good evening. 6th place, Greg, 6th place. Yes, I did shave. Rick does see that I did shave. Been contemplating it for a while now. This was just the right. I mean, it's 90 some odd degrees outside. This was just the time to do it. Air conditioner is on, and it's a very cool 78 degrees in here. That way, the Vietnamese wife is happy, and I'm comfortable. I'm okay with it. So that in a nutshell. Did not play golf today. Kind of figured I wouldn't play golf today. It was just too doggone hot to play. I probably won't get a chance to play it all this week because I'm not going to play early in the morning. The only way I play early in the morning is if I drop her off at home after she works and I go straight to the golf course and start playing around 7:30. And that's the only way. Rick says he shaved off his goatee. It was time for a change. We were kind of joking with the group this afternoon about how old the beard made me look. And I'm like, well, if I didn't dye my hair, I'd look just like Gandalf. But, being Filipino and all, we have to dye our hair. So everybody got a pretty good chuckle out of that. But I will grow it back. It'll be back by
I've always thought you're better looking with the beard. I just always like.
Well, I think we're
I just always like the look of the beard.
It'll grow back. Don't worry. By the time you get over me shaving, it'll be back. And I think once Christmas gets here, Mrs. K is going to try to trim it back just a little bit. Because, I mean, I have pictures to share that aren't family friendly by no means. We were joking around what we were going to do with it, and we did a couple of different things.
And all that kind of stuff, and I don't know how to do this.
I'm going to mute Chris. Him and his mom seem to be having a conversation. He can unmute when he needs.
Other than that, pretty much the only thing I could think of to say is I'm right at the moment is I'm ready for my mom to come back home and stay. She was back over today to do her weekly paperwork.
You called me on Facebook at about 9:45 or so?
Oh, yes, I did.
Anything important, or you just didn't have anybody talk to?
Oh, not really. I can tell you on here. I just wondered if you still had access to the DKR.
DKR is dead. DKR is no longer, at this time, DKR is not running. Robert is working on another means of us doing what we were doing on DKR. If that doesn't work, then we will figure out a way to either restart DKR or we'll make a new DKR or something along those lines. So.
Okay, well that brings up another question I have. Do you know if you still can access it and at least be able to look at and download what's already there?
Nope, you cannot access it. It's completely gone. It's dead and buried, so to speak. Closed out. Kaput, gone.
Because it was asking me to log back in or something, and I wasn't sure if I remember the password correctly. But if you
had the password, it's going to tell you it doesn't work. All right, let's go about 15 more times, and then it'll be 18 times, and we will have covered it, and you'll grasp it, right?
Wow. I really
probably not.
I grasped it, but I wasn't aware of how that worked because I've never paid for storage, so I wasn't aware of what happened if you.
It's a Google account. He closed the Google account. Doesn't make it. You could have 15,000 terabyte of storage. It makes no difference. It's a Google account. Once that account's closed, let me ask you a question, Alex. You have a Google account?
Yes.
If you close it, can you access the stuff you have on that Google account?
No.
Whoa! Alex changed his voice. You've been practicing?
Yeah.
And your lips weren't even moving. That's pretty good.
It gives you
because I was going to ask you. I had put quite a few of our church sermons on there, and now I've been asked to put all those on DVDs. So I was going to ask you if you could put those through DaVinci and help me out re-rendering those. And
I can do that if you can get them. Yes.
Because
my question to you, I was listening a little bit. I did get here a little bit before I started, and I was listening to you. So you're taking the raw footage and basically putting the raw footage on a DVD with no editing whatsoever.
Correct.
You're not adding titles. You're not adding any scripts. You're not adding nothing. It's just raw to DVD, right?
Yes.
And what are you using to do that?
DaVinci Resolve, because I have to quote unquote edit the video, because I have to take the video file that's about 2 gigs off the phone. When I copy it off the phone, it's about 1.5 gigs to 2 gigs each one, and I have to take that.
All right.
And I have to take that video and I have to put it into DaVinci so I can re-render it at the lowest quality possible that DaVinci will let you render. 480 by 720. So I can so I can have enough room on a DVD to put a month's worth of sermons.
All right, we'll talk about that after the stream.
Yes.
I'm a little confused on that, but we'll figure it out. Obviously, you're boring Ghetto because he just did something weird, but then again, it could just be Ghetto. I don't know. But yeah,
Don't say nothing. Hold on.
do I, Chris?
Okay.
I see Max in the back. Is that I see
What is
Max's shadow in the background. Is that Mom to your right?
You got upside down.
Hi,
Look back
Mrs.
quick,
Chris.
Hold of it. I think this is the right one.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mute Chris and stop his video, and then he'll ask for permission, I guess, to turn it back on. I'm not sure how that works. Oh, speaking of that, I need to turn the bell on so that when people join, and I think that'll do it. Can't believe why you can't do that. And well, let's talk about that after the stream. Not that we have anything else important to talk to. I did have a bunch of people, not only my classmates today, but a bunch of people for some reason asked me about my channel. The guy at Walmart, whose name was Alex, by the way, and I'm going to get him on Zoom, and I'm going to put Alex and Alex side by side. We're going to have the Alex show from Indiana and the Alex show from Arkansas.
Did he look anything like me?
Unfortunately, he did. I asked him where he was born and raised, and he said Monroeville. So that scared me. No, he didn't look anything like you at all. He just had the same name. He was a super nice guy, actually. We had a pretty good conversation.
I tell you, I have never, ever met anybody other than people that are actually in my family. I've never met anybody else with the same last name as me.
You know, funny you should mention that. Going to this restaurant we ate this afternoon at, we went down Stout Heritage Boulevard. That's pretty cool. I almost stopped to take a picture, but we were running a little bit late, so I didn't have time to do that. And then when we came home, we didn't come back that way. We went lollygagging through the countryside, which was fun.
I guess I should clarify that when I say I've never met anybody with the same last name as me. I guess I should say also clarify that I've never met anybody with the same last name as me, spelled the same.
Right. There's plenty of cheeks.
Go
ahead.
A lot of people, when you call for like customer service or whatever, they'll be confused as to how you pronounce your name, or they won't pronounce it right. Well, that's not the case with me. The problem with me is I have to, every time I call any kind of customer service for anything, I have to spell out my name, because if I don't, they're going to automatically think it's EEK.
Well, you're assuming that they're automatically going to think it's EEK. And then, I mean, do you lose sleep over that? I mean, if you're talking to customer service, if they misspell your name writing it down, what difference does it make? I mean, seriously. Hi, my name's Alex Cheek. Okay, how do you spell that? Do they ever ask you to spell your name?
Sometimes.
Ever the politician.
Even if they don't, I've just gotten into a habit of doing it.
Ever the politician. I will share pictures. Oh, where are they at? I'll get to those. I'll share those afterwards. Jose, I'm looking for a new photographer if you're ever thinking about living in the city of Indianapolis, which is in the state of Indiana.
Yes.
My photographer's just, she's going downhill. Wait, I see a frying pan out of my peripheral vision.
Yeah. Boom. Ow. What you do that for?
So, no, Jose, you're not interested in moving to Indiana. How do you feel about snow?
I'm with that.
Jim.
I'm okay with that, Ken. You know, like any other professional, a professional comes with a price tag.
Yeah, I'm willing to pay you. I'll probably put it in
All right.
Mexican pesos, but hey, you'll get paid.
Yeah, we can discuss that. We can discuss that on one-on-one and after hours.
Sounds good. Sounds good. But Chris, did you leave and come back?
I did because I couldn't start the video.
Really? So that setting in Zoom is messed up. Let's try it again. Hang on. Let me look at something here. Somebody's bouncing around. Ghetto went from the top to the bottom for some reason.
Yeah, I can put my video. You're fine.
Are you signed in, Chris?
I am.
Okay, you turn your camera off and see if it'll come back on. I think I know what the problem is. If you do it yourself like Ghetto is demonstrating. Okay, so Chris turned his off. And I'll bet if he tries to turn it back on, he should be able to turn it back on. According to the settings, he should be able to turn it back on.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
so
reason
then if
why
I
Chris
do
couldn't,
it,
the reason why Chris couldn't turn it on before is because if you turn it off, we have to ask for permission.
yeah, the settings
have
say
to allow us.
you don't, but that's fine. I'll have to remember that. In fact, I did say
It
something.
said the host has stopped it.
Yeah,
It's a privacy thing, because Zoom doesn't want people being able to turn people's cameras back on.
You'd have to be a host or co-host to do that anyway, I think. In fact, can I do that or not even?
You can't, once you turn off somebody's video, you can't turn it back on. You have to send them a message and say ask, and they have to say yes or no.
Okay. You happen to know where that might be? I don't seem to see that anywhere.
By my name in the participants, it should say ask to turn camera on or ask to start video.
Walked right into that one, didn't he?
You just say, "What's up?"
Well, yeah, really. That was pretty funny. Now let's see what this does. Are you able to turn your camera back on now?
Who, me?
No, Alex.
It's on.
Negative, little Johnny.
I guess that little trick didn't work then.
You have to click on the ask to start video.
I've got mute, chat, pin, hide non-video participants. Does that mean if I click on that, you go away? Make host, make co-host,
right now.
rename.
Yes, it does right now because I don't have my video on.
Okay.
But see now, because you sent me that message, I can turn my video on. So now you get to see my pretty face again.
Any message? That had to be someone else. That probably came from Tammy.
Yeah, I just got a message. Says host would like to ask you to start your video.
This is true. I did figure out how to do it, and I did send you the thing. So, anyway.
I don't know how many times we've been over that, and you get on to me all the time about.
You keep forgetting I'm old and forgetful. I know, Jeff. I know.
Short-term memory loss.
What?
Short-term memory loss.
Oh, shoot. There's short-term memory loss, short-term hearing, sometimes short-term sight.
Alzheimer's.
Not
yours
that
is
bad.
even worse than Ken's.
Not quite to that point. I hope to make it about another 15, 20 years before any of that stuff starts kicking in and showing up. Who knows? I may go to a bowling alley, pull out a golf ball and golf club, and try to knock down the pins. You just never know.
Or you might drop it on your foot.
Now, I'll probably do that on the golf course. What an idea.
I'm using a virtual background because I don't want to
Oh,
clean my room.
I was watching Beverly Hillbillies the other day, and they called golf balls golf eggs, and Granny
Golf.
tried to boil them.
Golf eggs.
I had Josh, Ghetto.
Yeah.
Virtual backgrounds don't work too well for you, just so you know, because you move around too much. So every half a minute or a minute or a few seconds, like right now, you blink out for a few seconds
know.
and you come back.
So at least you guys don't have to see my messy bed.
Well, that's true. But
This means
he
our
must
blinker
have a
fluid.
different setting because I'm moving back and forth and I'm not blinking out at all. I get a little bit
And
of
it
the
looks,
green screen at times, but I don't blink out completely like he does.
Well, that's one thing I've noticed about Josh's video on his virtual backgrounds, regardless of what computer he uses.
Yeah. Also depends on the quality of the webcam that you're using.
That would make
Does it
sense.
depend on how far away you are from the camera, Jose?
Yeah, that too. That's another factor right there.
Okay.
The thing about Josh is I've always noticed that on his video, regardless of what computer, what webcam, or it don't make any difference.
Locks on, locks off. I'm 7 feet away from it, and I'm still, as you can see, pretty much moving. Actually, it's better here. I don't get any green screen at all. That's weird. But Ghetto flinches a little bit, and he disappears completely. So I was asked today about what this channel is about, and I said, just a bunch of old people getting together every night and talking. And then someone said, no, seriously, what's it about? And I said, that's what it's about.
How dare you call me old?
I didn't call
Tell me the
anybody out
truth.
by name, Greg, at all.
Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth.
Chris.
You should have said it's a bunch of old people talking about tech talk, talking about.
I actually
Tech
did tell
stuff
them the
is
fact that
what we-
practically everybody here has built a computer at one time or another in their life. I have brought up the fact that we provide support.
I built two.
You're going to build Ghetto's
I
new
built
computer
one.
for him?
Hell no.
Oh, you've built two in the past. I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
I'm building one right now.
I did bring up the.
I see you building one.
Yeah, you look like you're just sitting there. You're building a computer right now?
Yeah.
Is the guy that's going to help you do that back to work yet, or?
He won't be back probably till tomorrow.
All right.
Hopefully.
All right. And we talked about the fact that how we helped Ghetto build a computer. Well, not we helped him. We actually built a computer for him, and that he kind of messed it up, and we fixed that one. And we discussed the Tony Wallow surprise. Chris is holding something up. Or Ghetto's holding something up.
I can't remember what it was.
What are
He
you
messed
holding up,
up on that.
Ghetto?
My cave.
Okay.
My motherboard.
And yes, and you're showing us that because why?
Because he's building a
Everybody what I
computer
did
right
by
now.
myself.
Yep. When it's all said and
Can't
done and
remember.
works, then we'll be happy.
I can't remember what he did to mess that computer up. You had to rebuild it.
He fried it somehow. By putting the CPU in, it fried the motherboard, the memory, the CPU, the next door neighbor's house. I heard there was one here in Indiana, but I can't confirm that.
Well, Doug had smoke coming off on his desk on his video, and I would wonder if he built a computer or whatever what he did, because he had smoke on the video, and he might have fried it.
Are you talking about the hashtag? Why do I say the exclamation R for random and the smoke that comes up off the top of the desk?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just an effect, Chris. He's
He
not
just put a
testing.
computer. No, he just put a computer together and started smoking.
He's probably gonna, the way certain people around here treat him, he's probably going to start smoking, and I'm not sure what it is he's going to be smoking, but he might just go down that road. You never know.
That would be so funny if the computer provided the operation.
Well, actually, it would be not funny if you were to do something to your computer to fix it, so to speak, then it didn't work. That's not funny at all. Jim said 2 bunch of rookies. I've lost track of how many. Yeah, Jim's probably built 4 or 5 computers over the course of his life. He's lost track. John says he's lost track of how many he's built and restored. I can tell you exactly how many I've built. 1. I don't consider what I did for Ghetto as building a computer. I just consider it reconstructing and fixing it. And I'm thinking about digging out all of my original i7 that's broken down and putting it back together just for more or less grins. I have something to do this week because I can't play golf. So, but I don't know that I'm going to do that. But I'm thinking about it. I really am thinking about it.
If it's going to be the only computer that you've ever seen me build.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you probably will tackle it.
Yeah, for the next 2 or 3 years, and then you'll probably want to build another one.
Now, I can almost guarantee you, the computer that you guys have seen me build, this will be the only computer you guys ever seen me build on this.
Now, you do realize you have people across the world that just heard you say that.
Yeah, I know.
You cannot let those people down. Well, speaking of across the world, what are you looking outside for? You got a mouse over your shoulder? Earth to Ghetto. Come in, Ghetto. Are you about to be beamed up?
What that?
Are you about to be beamed up?
No.
I'm talking to Ghetto, babe.
We can hope.
Ghetto's staring out the window as if the mothership has come to get him, and you sure you're not about to be beamed up?
No. I think
we got to figure your background out because, I mean, right now you've lost your left arm. Where did it go? There it is. Oh my gosh. What's your camera you're using? Looks at the camera, puts the camera on the ground.
I don't know.
Logitech. I mean, is it? You steal it off? Buy it at Goodwill? Where did you buy it off? Amazon? How did you get the camera?
Yeah, I bought it off Amazon.
Okay, all right. Because nobody else's background would, like Greg's standing up and he kind of doesn't disappear, but you can tell that he's using the virtual background, but you just completely bleak out, or whatever you want to call it.
When you sent John, he's using some Amazon camera, some 720 or 1080p Amazon camera, but when you send him the Logitech C720 or whatever you send him,
I'm using the...
It was doing the same thing then. I think ever since Josh has been on Zoom with his video, that's always been a problem, regardless of the webcam or the computer, because he's used several webcams since we.
Well, I don't know. Jim says he's keeping an eye on the mailbox. Probably. He probably is watching that mailbox.
Did he wait for his package to come?
Possibly, I don't know.
He's gonna wait till tomorrow.
Made an emergency liquor order.
Yeah, really. All right, we got 10:31. It's a little bit of overtime at 1 minute. I'm going to wrap it up with the generic. Goodbye to everybody on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to thank the homies of Bill, Rich, Greg, who appears to be eating again. Dinner or ice cream, Greg?
Dinner.
Oh, my God. You do realize it's 10:30 at night.
Yes.
But he didn't get up till 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Hang
so
on, I
it's
got to
okay.
spotlight you. Fried chicken?
Baked chicken, green beans, and noodles.
Looks good.
It is good. I made it.
No fried okra?
Oh my goodness.
Every time I go out to eat, just about, I get fried okra just for Kent.
Well, I appreciate that. You can have all the fried okra, the boiled okra, the baked okra. You can be Bubba from the Zoom group, and you can know everything there is to know about okra. That's quite fine. Have no problems with that. Sin Vicious, I want to thank Jeff Ryman, Jose, professional photographer, Alvarez, Josh Kinder, who looking for the mothership, Chris Garrett, and Darren Gilholm. If you want to join us on Zoom, I think it's this one. Yep, I got lucky and hit the right. I got OBS all messed up again. There is the email, should you like to join us, or just send me an email and say, hey, I watched your show, and it was fill in the blank. Thank you, everyone. We will continue over on the After Zoom stream. Does that sound right? After Zoom stream? Yeah, whatever. See you.
The after YouTube.
After stream Zoom.
There you go. Something.